Hello, I'm live. This is Sustenance and Covering, and once again, welcome to another video from the only source of information that you need to not only survive the current apocalypse, but actually enjoy it. Okay, let's see here. What's going on? Okay, here's the deal. You know that I am not very organized, and so I have to have Ala Toledo here. And I planned this. I knew I was going to do this week because I didn't have any videos scheduled. So I didn't call him or email him or text him or anything until like 15 minutes ago. So it's possible he is not going to be here. But I've got Skype on, so he can come in anytime he wants. If you hear loud noise, that's Skype. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Hello, Rick. What is it? I titled this something really goofy. Something about health, mental health. Yeah, mental health crisis. And this is my crisis, so I'm going to tell you about something that happened to me. Should be interesting. I've already crashed once, and it's not even started yet. But wow, okay. Shannon holds Henry is probably just having technical difficulties. It's not technical. It's not a technical difficulty. It's an educational difficulty. I can't figure this stuff out. Hey, Shannon, hope you're having a good day and well. Angela Nadio. Hi, Henry. Hello, Angela. And good to see you. Yes, it would be good to see you as well if I could see you. I am well and hope you're also. That's from Shannon. And Marie's Vegetable Garden. Once again, hello, Marie. I shouldn't do all that stuff. I see these people with these live streams where it's all just like emotional antics. I don't want to fall into that trap. All right, Discord 42 actually managed to catch you during a live stream. Hello, everyone. Rick Ballard. Hey, Henry. I hope you and your wife are physically well. Angela Nada. That's very good choice of words. Physically well. We are physically well now. Sandra Torado, hi, nice to see you. Okay, there's enough people here. That's all the comments for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go right into my 15 minutes of rambling, I guess. Anyway, I'm pretty sure everybody out there knows that I've been having a lot of trouble focusing, and it happens every year. And along with that comes this extreme paranoia that I am no longer sustenance and covering, or that I'm no longer able to do the things that I'm known for doing, because you just going along and everything's fine, and then all of a sudden you can't read. I'm trying to read the Bible, I don't understand it. When I'm trying to talk to people, I get confused, and it's depressing. So anyways, I went to the VA and I talked to the doctor about it a little bit, and he prescribed something called, try to cover all my secret information so you can't find my hidden location. Okay, this is called Duloxetine. Duloxetine. And it's like a tiny little capsule, like the size of this thing's like the size of a BB, but it's stretched out. It's just very small compared to my head. Very small. So anyway, this is, I think it's called Cialis, because he kept calling it, the doctor kept calling it Cialis. And he said, look, if I start you on this, I need to get you back in here relatively quick to see if it's working. But if it's not working, you don't need to be taking it. So, okay, let's see here. Good evening, friends, from Patricia. Anyway, I came home, and I didn't immediately take it. I went ahead and I filled up my little pill. I've got one of those things that's got little doors on it for a week. So you got seven little compartments for morning's pills and 7 little compartments for evening pills. But on Sunday, I filled that. So Sunday, I went ahead and filled it up. I think I'm only supposed to take one of these things in the evening. So I put one in there. And Sunday evening, I took that. And one of the issues I've been having is with my sleep. And I honestly think, and I'm not just making this up, I really think that when I was in the military, my sleep got damaged because, and I don't, it's not like I stand out as unique amongst every single human that's ever served in the U.S. military. But when you go in there, you're first subjected to extreme psychological warfare, or whatever. It's brainwashing. They strip you of all your clothing. You're naked. They shave your head bald. When they finally do put clothes on you, it's a silly costume, and they scream at you, and they make you do push-ups, and they verbally assault you. And everybody knows that's what boot camp is. And they keep you awake for these ridiculous hours. Like, you go in there, they let you go to bed at 1 in the morning, and at 4 in the morning, they wake you up. And after that, they give you a regular schedule where, at 10 o'clock at night, you go to sleep. And at 4 in the morning, they wake you up, which is sleep deprivation. And while you're awake, they never let you rest. So the whole time you're awake, you're moving. And okay, everybody expects that, right? So then I went to my second place that you're in the military, and that's your school, a school where they teach you whatever you're supposed to get involved in. I was going into engineering. And you know what? I'm going to drink me some coffee. And that school was pretty horrible too. A very aggressive schedule. But I was able to get a little sleep. And then I went on to nuclear engineering school. Actually, I went to a ship for a while. But I think everybody there kind of knew that I was not a regular guy. Now, in boot camp, you think the reason they torture you for 60 days is it takes that long to brainwash you. I'm here to tell you it takes about 24 hours, because I went in with, however, I think it was 40 guys or 80 guys. They were all just like typical kids, 18-year-old kids. And by the end of the first day, they're all like, kill, 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 because they're completely brainwashed. And I'm sitting there like, what the heck? All he did was shave you and put a costume on you. I mean, why in the heck are you so evil now? But I think it's mostly because they're empty shells, and it's real easy. They're looking for anything to fill that void. And I wasn't. I've never been an empty, emotionally, spiritually empty person. The problem is, when I got to the fleet, I was actually living on a ship with 400 other guys. It was like the other guys were all mindless drones, and I wasn't. And so you'd go in, and they'd be all engaged in some kind of tough man talk about what we're going to do to the communists, or what we're going to do to the Chinese, or what we're going to do to whoever happened to be the enemy that week. And I would always be like, why are y'all want to do this? This is like, these are regular people. They're just like us. Why would you want to do harm to anybody? So they know that. I guess everybody knew that I had not been brainwashed enough. So I was in the fleet for I was on that ship for 4 years and 6 months, I think. And for 4 years and 6 months, they wouldn't let me sleep. So for the entire 6 years I was in the Navy, basically, I was afflicted with sleep deprivation. So if they gave me 6 hours off in a row, at about 3 hours into my sleep cycle, they would come wake me up just to do it and say, hey, we need a piece of paperwork from up in the front of the ship. Get your uniform on and go get us a piece of paperwork. And I'd, like, why are you, because I'm always thinking they're just being mean to me. But there's rules against that. You can't just single someone out for torture. But they did that every day. So I was always sleeping like 2 hours and then work 6 hours. Sleep 2 hours, work 6 hours. Sleep, and it never ended in 6 years. Now, I was smart enough that I had a bunch of leave saved up. So I was always like putting in for leave. I was on a ship for 4.5 years, putting in for leave every couple of months. And they always denied me leave because they said I was too important to the fleet. And so in 4.5 years, they never let me have any time off. So I never got to sleep. So when I got out of the Navy in 1986, I went home and I couldn't sleep. So to this day, my sleep cycle is really messed up. It's like I'll sleep 2 hours, I'm awake for 2 hours, I'll sleep 2 hours. And in the meantime, I never really feel rested. So I you know, it's affected my physiological health as well as my mental health. And in the winter, it's worse. Like in the summer, sometimes I can get pretty regular cycle. Like I'll just sleep 3 times a day, very even, and even at my nighttime sleep might be 6 straight hours. So I'm okay. Well, anyway, this winter stuff, it's called seasonal affective disorder. And a lot of people have it. I never really believed in it, but the pattern is there. So it's like every year as soon as the middle of October, we'll have a cold, rainy day, and I stop functioning. And no matter if we have a nice warm day or whatever, I don't recover. So anyway, a few of my subscribers have told me about this seasonal affective disorder, and it got me thinking about it. So the doctor, when I talked to him, I didn't bring it up, and so he gave me this stuff. Went on and took it, and wow, what a miracle drug. It's like that night I went right to sleep, and I slept like 10 hours. And the next day I woke up just wide awake and ready to go and feeling pretty good. But an hour later, I fell asleep again in my chair. And when I tried to get up, I was just like a zombie. I couldn't do anything, and I fell asleep again. And I thought, well, I've started this cycle of pills, so I'm going to keep taking them. Well, what happened is I spent about a month, maybe 6 weeks, not able to wake up, just eating my pills like a good little soldier and not waking up. And I thought, this is impossible. I can't live like this. I can't clean my house. I can't prepare a meal. Can't do anything. So I just stopped taking them. And I told my friend Carlos, I said, now I don't know what these things are, but this stuff is knocking me out. I'm not taking them anymore. Carlos says, be careful. Now, Carlos is a retired police officer, so he's had to deal with people going off their meds. And he's like, you don't want to go off your meds. That's a bad idea. And I like, this is a thing like the size of a baby, man. And I'm not a regular guy. I'm sustenance and covering. Leave me alone. But I was feeling really like the next day I only slept like 2 hours, and I was feeling really, really restless. And so I thought, well, I've got to stay busy doing something. So I go out in the woods and I'm pruning branches and doing work like that. And everything's going good. But it's been about 5 days without these pills, but I'm really shaky, like really like buzzing or something. So one of my really good friends, probably my best friend in the world, that's physically lives near me, not a sustenance and covering person, just a good person, came over to visit. And immediately I'm thinking, this is a bad time, but I don't get too many visitors. There's no way in the world I'd tell her, look, this is a bad time, because I'm thinking I really, really need somebody to talk to. Well, something I never told you people about, because all my neighbors listened to my videos, and I didn't want to tell anybody what was going on in my personal life, is I had a crisis a few years ago. And it was like a financial crisis. It was a thing I couldn't see any way out of. And I didn't know how it was going to work out, but I was pretty level-headed back then. And I thought, well, we'll deal with whatever the consequences are. We'll just deal with them, So anyways, my friend knew about that, and she brought it up. She brought up that this problem I'd had a couple of years ago that I thought I was over. But remember, I'm all buzzed out on, what do you call it, withdrawal? I'm having withdrawal from Cialis. And I held it together while my friend was here. And I walked her, and she had a friend with her, and a wife there. I walked her out to the driveway. Bye-bye, love you, thank you so much for coming by. Don't be a stranger. And I went in the house and I threw up. And I started shaking uncontrollably. So I got into bed, and I didn't go to sleep. So I got out of the bed, and I started talking to myself about, I was thinking about this thing that had happened years ago. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. And so, I'm having this conversation where I'm like, everything's going to be cool, brother. Just relax. This is going to be cool. And then my life is over. What am I going to do? It's just the weirdest thing. And I couldn't get over it. Like, okay, be cool. You're Hank Thoreau. Relax. Tomorrow, everything will be cool. The next day, things were worse. And not only that, I didn't go to sleep. I did not know. It was the very first time in my life I had ever just stayed awake for 24 hours because I couldn't go to sleep. The next day, I stayed awake for 24 more hours. And the next day, and I went for like 5 days with zero sleep, and everything I ate, I threw up. And I'm shaking uncontrollably. And by now, I'm talking to myself like around the clock. And I know something's wrong. So I contact Carlos, and I get him to kind of give me a pep talk. And then I contacted BMX Ion. He gave me a pep talk. And the next day I called him and did the same thing. I did this a couple of times. And BMX Ion actually kind of came to the rescue. He said, look, just go to your friend and talk to him about this a little more. I'm sure there's nothing bad is going to happen. Have you talked to your friend again? I'm like, I don't really want to do that because I don't want my friend to see me like this, because I'm flipping out. But I did. I finally went over, and my friend was able to calm me down. And I don't know if it was just the day that medicine finally got out of my system, this Cialis. But I went in the house. I ate a slice of pizza. I didn't throw up. And I went to sleep for like 16 hours straight. Now, during the time that I say I was awake 24 hours a day, I may not have been. I know that one day I fell asleep for like 4 hours, and another day I think I fell asleep for 2 hours. But the rest of the time I'm walking around, and every now and then I'm blacking out. It's like I'm doing something, and the next thing you know, I'm doing something somewhere else, and I don't know how I got there. So anyway, I just wanted y'all to know that went on, and I called the VA, and I was like, I got to see my doctor, and they said, well, sir, are you thinking about hurting yourself? And I said, look, I'm not falling for your Veterans Administration, what is Empire, whatever, mind control games. I'm not telling you anything. I want to see my doctor. Well, sir, should you call the emergency health? Just give me a appointment. So I went and talked to my doctor about it, and he said, oh, yeah, man, anytime you mess with your brain chemistry, you shouldn't make any changes until you come see me, because, there's ways to get off this stuff. So anyway, he told me, he said that my doctor, who's from Ohio, said that he had, his wife would go completely insane every winter. And he felt like he needed to move to Florida to help her out. And he did. He said he moved to Florida, and that was it. She turned into a completely normal person year round. And so he really believes in this seasonal affective disorder. And he really wants to give me the lights, but he says the VA does not allow general practitioners to prescribe the lights. And it's not a big deal. I mean, the lights, from what I understand, I have my friend Ricardo Bob comes up here, and he uses those things. And he said he could just put together a light for me because the bulbs are everywhere. I'm like, look, just tell me what to do and I can do it. But in all honesty, these things are like $250. And the VA is going to give it to me for free. So I'm going to go in there. I'm going to talk to a psychiatrist. I'm just going to tell them, look, every winter I get really depressed. I don't want to talk about it. Just give me the daggone light. So there you go. That's the story. That's the whole story. But it's also why, like last week, I missed the premiere because I'm just completely out of it. I don't know what day it is. I'm not really able to concentrate on anything. But I think I'm getting better. But I'm still suffering from this affective seasonal disorder until I kind of I get this device or whatever. So let's go over here and look at this and see who's saying stuff. Watch Al Toledo be over here and be like, why aren't you on Skype, man? I need you. Oh, okay. Loudspeaker. Good. Okay. Rick Ballard. Hey, Henry. Angela. Hope you Chandra Trio. Okay, Shannon Holes. I was on them before. They are Cymbalta. Okay, that's the one. They made me try to hurt myself. Be very wary of them. Man, this stuff, I'll tell you what, I've tried a lot of different things in the course of my life. And some things, you know, they had the kind of effect you were supposed to get. Not oxycodone or hydrocodone. I took that as like a miracle drug. So the next day I took it and it was not quite a miracle drug, but it still took quite a bit of the pain away. By the third day, it wasn't doing anything for me, you know. Alcohol, if I drink alcohol, I get drunk. If I smoke weed, I don't really get much of an effect out of it. People that are around me say, wow, man, you were really tripping. I'm like, it seemed like I remember everything, and I don't think I was tripping. But yeah, this stuff here is like dangerous. This stuff is messed up. Yeah, yeah, and that's another thing. Is that if you tell them you want off of them, they'll psych hold you. And I was like, well, I'm glad I didn't tell them I was going to get off. I just left. I got off without telling anybody anything. But at the same time, probably my best friend in the world here thinks I'm out of my mind because I was over there just, what? You know, I wasn't talking reasonable when I was asking him questions about my situation. Shannon Holzer, read about SSRI. Okay, bug out, but hey, Henry, you got the notice finally. Angela Nader, wow, that happened to me after a couple of wrecks back to back. I saw a chiropractor for about a year and they actually got better. It was miserable. I even had to hand over all my major decisions. Witcher Works, hello, buddy. Hello, Witcher Works. I stopped taking all medications for a little over a year now. I really can't do that. I mean, I've tried it, but I mean, you know, I got this diabetes, and there are natural ways to deal with diabetes, and I deal with diabetes naturally. But natural remedies for diabetes will lower your blood sugar like 20%. And I needed my blood sugar lowered 100% so that I didn't have to get my feet cut off. So I take the medicines that the doctors prescribe for diabetes, and I also take the natural remedies. But that's another thing. When I saw my doctor, he was asking me, he said my blood sugar had been getting better. And I said, oh, yeah, while we're on that subject, I've cut back from 4 pills a day of this metformin to 3 pills. And so he made a note in this, but I'm cutting back on all my prescription medications. I've dropped most of my prescription medications, but there are some that I have to take. Butcher Works thought my hair was gone. I went into the food bank a while back and, you know, food pantry to get my groceries. And I threw my hair over the chair because it hurts. It's like laying on rope. And this guy that knows me walked in. And he says, wow. And he runs out of the room. And the next thing you know, there's 2 or 3 people coming around the corner and looking at me. And they're going out. And other people coming in and looking at me. And I didn't know. I'm thinking, well, am I naked? But a little later, I pulled my hair out. And that guy was like, what happened? He thought I'd got a haircut. So anyway. Yeah, my hair, Witcher Works, it's here still. Thought your dreads were gone. Yep. Psych them up. Discord. Those meds can help short term, but long term things seem to go back to before the meds, which is my experience with the hydrocodone. Since trying to stop them can be a challenge since our brain gets used to running modified. Yes, very much. And you know here's the good news. Now, right now, I'm in kind of self-medicating mode with some over-the-counter stuff. There's this powder that you can buy at Walmart. It's called Theraflu. It says Theraflu nighttime. It's for colds. And, you know, I always end up with sinus problems or whatever this time of year. And so I took some of that. And I didn't take it for my sinus problems. I took it because I was having this really weird problem with sleep. Like I was sleeping all day long on the medicine. I stopped taking the medicine. I wasn't sleeping at all. And so for the last couple of nights, I've been, right before I go to bed, I'll put that stuff in hot water. It tastes like lemon. I'll add a sweetened load to it and drink it. And that stuff really, it just makes me sleep very, very good. I'm not going to get to where I have to have it every night, but I'm sleeping very good with this stuff. And then during the day, I'm wide awake. Today, I did not take a nap. Yesterday, I did not take a nap. That's extremely rare. And it's like I actually slept 8 hours at night, something that never happens to me without medication. I'm sure once I stop, when I get comfortable and I stop taking this stuff, this Theraflu, I'll probably end up with hopefully sleeping like 6 hours a night and then taking a 2-hour nap in the evening. Usually around 5 o'clock, I just fall asleep in my chair. 2 hours later, I'll wake up and then I'll go to bed late at night. Let's see here. Let's see what everybody's saying here. Sounds like you pissed off the boss big time. Do you write a journal? No, I do need to about a lot of things, about things other than just my health. Yeah, Discord saying same thing. He was on Prozac and he tried to get off slowly, taper himself off, and anxiety came right back. My mom has that. Okay. Kawakawa, okay, that's something somebody has brought up a couple of times. Wait, this is the person that brings it up. I think I can't see your picture there, but he, them. Yeah, okay. See, I've been told to take that stuff, Kawakawa. If anybody else has heard of that, every time I start talking about my issues, like everybody knows, it's like I'm the last to know everything. Don't know what Kawakawa is, but I'm about to find out, I guess. SAD is for real, certain to me. SAD being seasonal affective disorder. That's what it's called, SAD. Well, Rick, does it affect you emotionally or physically, or how does this stuff mess with you? Because for me, most of the time, it just keeps me in a fog. It doesn't really make me sad. The only thing that makes me sad is concern over whether or not I'm ever going to be able to read again. I get so, I like to learn, and I really feel I feel like very exposed when I can't learn anything. I kind of look at people that are stupid, people that just go to work for 70 years and fall over dead without ever questioning life, without ever loving anybody, without ever being loved. And I think, how can somebody be that stupid? But I'm like that right now. I'm like, just my mind isn't working. I could just easily become a guy that sits in this chair staring at the wall all day. Melatonin is good. Okay, I have taken. Here's some things I'm taking now that are just. I've started taking more. I've changed my B vitamins to a B12 multi-complex vitamin. It's really fancy, kind of expensive. I started taking CBD oil at the same time that I started taking those pills, and not knowing which one was causing me the problems, I stopped taking both. My CBD oil is in the fridge. As soon as I feel like I'm settled in, I'm going to start taking it again. And in fact, I have no choice now because I just spent $90 on another vial of it. CBD oil, for whoever doesn't know, is oil produced from the hemp plant. I live in Mississippi, so the only one that's available to me is the one without THC. So that's the one I've got. And I told my doctor about it. You think, to me, as far as I'm concerned, I have no agenda. Of all of the medical systems I've ever had to deal with, the VA medical system is the best. It's quick. It's very efficient. It's effective normally. And, I think in the VA system, the doctors are not really like given incentives to prescribe pills. Private practice, a lot of your bills are paid by these pharmaceutical companies and vacations and all of that. So you go to a private practice, in general, they're going to fill you full of pills before you get out of their office. In the VA, even though the VA has a very bad reputation for giving people pills, in general, they kind of try to throttle that. And so, see there, and now I've already lost what my train of thought was. Discord 42 sounds like too much strong of a dose of the wrong med for how your body handles it. So let's see here. If anybody's an expert of this, Duloxetine. 20 mgs, micrograms, milligrams, 20 mgs, capital M, capital G, EC cap. And like I said, I already showed, if you weren't here for the beginning of the show, that's the pill. Now, in the meantime, this issue that I had a few years ago that frightened me, that I never told anybody about, and probably never will tell anybody about. After it came up, and I was sitting over here going out of my mind, my mom called with some information that was really bothering her. But everything's working out. It's like there's a whole system in place for when I lose my mind, things get fixed. And of course, then later you find out they weren't. But right now, everything's looking like it's going good. Okay. Hello, beautiful. Yes, I've got cabin fever too. Okay, I read that one. That sucks. Wean yourself off. Okay, we'll get on down here. Yes, it's always it rains in the Pacific Northwest. Lack of vitamin D. Now we can get back to the subject matter. I was talking about the CBD oil, and my doctor's like, "Why would you take marijuana?" And I'm like, I don't want to take and like scold a medical professional with his misuse of the word marijuana, because marijuana, even though marijuana may be the technical name of hemp somewhere, I'm not a hemp guy, not a marijuana guy, so I don't keep up with everything. But I said, I'm taking CBD oil that's legal and does not have THC. He says, I'm a doctor. You think I keep up with all of this? I just need to know, why are you taking marijuana? It's like, because I'm a weed head. I was like, well, look, man, I've got all these problems. I've been coming to the VA for years to try to straighten this stuff out. It doesn't get straightened out. People give me advice about what to do, and I try it. I always try anything, but I'm not hip to the fake pills, is what they call it, where you take something and really not anything in there, and you go, wow, I feel so much better. So I really do try things, and if they work, I know. And so right now, I don't think CBD works, but I'm kind of stuck with this because my mom is really pushing for me to try it because it works for her. But another thing, as we go through these pills, vitamin D, yeah. I ordered vitamin D, I took vitamin D, and it didn't seem to help. But I found some really more expensive, high quality pills. So I've started taking that to see if that helps. So they got the B12 complex and the vitamin D that I've recently added to my pack of pills that I take every day. And magnesium. That's another one here. Somebody says, I take D and magnesium. And the magnesium pill I take is like a gel cap. And it's dark and it's expensive. And I'm getting to the point where I'm spending like $75 a month on not pharmaceuticals, but natural. And I've got to weed some of them out because that's expensive. Michelle, hello, I got sidetracked. Well, I'm experiencing a lot of that tonight. Good evening, guys. Hope all is well. Deep topic. We're all friendly. Hi, Wes. Steppy C says, gotta love those intrusive thoughts. And no, I don't. Angela, oh gosh. Cymbalta did that to me. It made me very, very sick in less than a week. Yeah, this stuff really is, it's not to be played around with. I'm not normally a guy that it's like, I don't get on my high horse about not taking pharmaceuticals because everybody's different. And I'm not an anti-pharmaceutical company guy. I think if you just take everything everybody tells you, even when you don't get results, then that's not a good idea. I try to go through and, I'm checking myself, my blood pressure, my blood sugar every day. And that's another thing, when I got on this Cymbalta, did I call it Cymbalta? Cialis? I can't remember which one it is, but this Duloxetine, whatever Duloxetine is, that I instantly saw results. But I always, when I change my medications, I start checking my blood sugar and blood pressure a lot. And even my oxygen level, you know, those little things you get at the hospital, they put on your finger, that's reading the oxygen level in your blood. So I check that every day. And while I was on these pills that were supposed to be helping me, my blood sugar went through the roof. My blood pressure went through the roof. Oxygen stayed okay. I didn't even check my temperature. I guess I should have been checking that. But my back got to hurting so bad. And after years of curing my neuropathy came back. My legs were on fire from my knees down. And see that, you know, I was really scared that was back permanent when as soon as I stopped taking the pills, that went away. Or not as soon as I stopped taking the pills, but as soon as I got all that out of my system, that went away. And part of the reason that I allowed my doctor to talk me into this was that this stuff is not just prescribed for depression, it's prescribed for neuropathy. Now, I don't have neuropathy, but one of the things that I experienced when I was taking antidepressant or anti-neuropathy medicine before was that my hands started feeling better. You know, so I asked the doctor about it. He says, well, that shouldn't have any effect on it, but everybody's different. But it's like, well, I feel like I can do things with my hands on this neuropathy medicine. So when he offered this Cymbalta, and he said it's also prescribed for neuropathy, even though I didn't have neuropathy at the time, I'm thinking, I wonder if this stuff will help my hands. And it may have, but while I was going through that, I wasn't thinking about my hands. And when I stopped taking it, my hands really, really hurt. So, you know, making a fist or picking up a pencil or anything, it's really painful. All right, let's get over here. Underground. I found right stream for sure. Thanks. Oh, so apparently this is somebody else that's as wacky as me. Okay, Nisha, your dose was too high. I'm convinced they made me sick, but I was only extreme for one day. Thanks. Bug out Bubba, I'm sleeping the same way, Henry. For me, I think it's just part of aging. I sleep like a newborn baby now. 3 hours on, 3 hours off. Full everything but the body in between. So, oh, hey, Carlos McDermott. That's one of the guys that was trying to talk me down he's the one that told me, don't just go cold turkey on those brain medicine. All right. Loudspeaker. Oh, shoot. Where did I go? Kickatoo Cool is here. That's Darren. Go to a tanning bed. Where have I heard that before, Carlos? Bug Out Bubba says, go to a tanning bed. And I may do that. But one of the things I've read about this light that the VA is supposed to get me is you're supposed to put it in your face so that the light is coming into your face, but not directly. You don't look directly into it. But I was reading about tanning beds that said when you're in a tanning bed, never look directly into it. So I don't know if a tanning bed is going to help the same way as this light the VA is going to give me. But apparently a lot of this is the sunlight converting, like creating vitamin D, which is why I take the vitamin D. But I've thought about just getting a membership to some tanning place where I can go in there every day for a month. Just go in there maybe for 1 minute every other day just to see what happens. Of course, at the end of the month, I might not look the same as I do now. Pasty little white boy. Okay, let's see what else it says here. I'm probably missing some of these comments. This is a lot of stuff coming through here. This is why I need Ala Toledo. Uh-oh, what's going on down here? This message has been held for review from anonymous hacker. So I'm guessing I don't want to look at that. It's got to be something mean. Anybody that calls himself hacker, there's a good possibility they're a hacker. Okay, Cherokee Strong. Hello, praying for you. Love your videos of your house, little homestead cooking. Keep up the good work and praying you get better soon. Valeria works well for occasional use and gives some wild, vivid dreams. Okay, I want that. I don't even know what it is, but I'll have to ask. I'll ask the doctor at the VA. Say, can I get some Valeria to take with my marijuana? All right. Sharon G, it will get better. Yeah. I'm hoping it'll get better in spring, but it's something like no matter how much you know something, your emotions can actually just screw that all up. And you cannot know stuff that you know. I sit here going, what am I going to do if in the spring? What if I still can't think? What if I can't read? What if the rest of my life I have to be like this? Okay. Turmeric powder for about 2 months now and swelling in my knee. I will say this: turmeric powder also is beneficial for diabetes. Most people don't know that unless because they don't have diabetes. Oh, let's see here. Maybe I can get what's his name on here. Okay, Scott. Never mind. I got a communication coming here from a friend of mine at the wrong time. Apparently not aware that I'm a big time movie star with YouTube. Anyways, yeah, anonymous. Oh, this is another anonymous hacker sent something else. Oh wow, looks like everybody's a hacker now. So let's see. I can get rid of some of this. Michael Howard, hello, Henry. Yeah, I have been taking turmeric, and it does seem to help a lot with my diabetes. But that's another one of those things where I have so many different things going into my body now that are supposed to be good for diabetes that I don't know which ones are actually affecting it. And it's not as simple as you might think. When I test my blood sugar, it kind of stays stable. I know that like in the middle of the night, my blood sugar goes way up. And in the middle of the day, like at noon, my blood sugar will go way down. Even after a meal, it goes way down. But the numbers are not consistent. Like it's not 100 every day, and it's not 200 every night. And there's so many things involved, like whether I'm upset or whether I'm content, whether I've gotten sleep or whether I didn't get sleep, whether I have been physically active or stuck inside because it's raining, or even what I'm eating. So I've never been able to pin down exactly what's having the most effect, but I have gone through most of the things that can have potential bad side effects, and I've eliminated them and watched to see how they affect my sugar. and the items that have affected my sugar adversely, by cutting them off, I've started taking them again. But things that I've heard bad things about, and I stopped taking them, and I don't see any significant difference. I just stopped taking them for good. So I've got a pretty good formula. If somebody's out there with diabetes and they want to hear my secret to success, let me know and I'll go through the list with you. Because I was talking to my doctor the other day. My dad was diagnosed as diabetic, and 15 years later, he was dead. I was diagnosed as diabetic 15 years ago, and I'm in good shape. I mean, I'm really in good shape with my numbers, and I talked to my doctor about it. He says, well, you seem to eat right, and your body's still like the size of a human, which my dad wasn't. My dad was like double my weight, which is a bad thing when you're diabetic. But I do stay active, and I stay in the woods, and I do take all my meds on time, and I take this aftermarket stuff. So let's see here. Okay. Over the past several years, evidence has mounted that B vitamins and folate in particular may ward off depression and other mental problems. Actually, when I went down and bought my B, my mom was like, "Why did you do that? I have B here and I don't take it." I said, "Well, it ain't going to hurt if you give it to me. I don't plan on stopping this." So she gave me these Bs, and the ones she gave me, they're like a little sugar pill. They're sweet, and you put them under your tongue and let them dissolve. The ones I take normally, they don't do that. So I've been taking my regular B, which is a very low dose, twice a day. And then occasionally I'll remember to reach over and grab one of those things you put under your tongue. Yeah, okay. It's the position of the sun. Yes, that is correct. And here's the evidence of why the position of the sun can physiologically affect living things. I think everybody knows that trees need the sun. and that they will bend to face the sun. Their leaves will bend to face the sun. But what a lot of people don't know, which is easy enough to prove, if you get chickens, that chickens will not lay in the winter. And it's not because of the temperature. Because you can make a chicken lay eggs in the winter without changing the temperature. You just put a light in their room, and it doesn't have to be a special sunlight. It can just be any kind of a light, and give them an hour of light as the sun is going down and after the sun goes down, and they'll keep laying through the winter like it's no problem, because it's the number of hours they get from the sun actually changes whether or not they can lay an egg. So if a chicken can be affected, and it's a pretty profound effect. So if a chicken can be affected, then a human can be affected as well. Susie to anyone, sorry you're not feeling fab, get well, and thanks for having me here. Beautiful, eating dinner. Be right back. Okay, Sharon G, there are way many different compounds. There are many different compounds of CBD oil that will treat different problems. We shall see. I'll tell you what, it's Christmas time, and my mom wanted to send something to my brother. She always sends him money. He always puts it in the bank and doesn't do anything special for himself. And it's like my mom doesn't get the joy of giving my brother a Christmas present because she doesn't perceive that as a present. And so this year she had me order him a vial of CBD oil and send it to him. And he was really upset because first off, he didn't believe in this stuff. And he missed his $100 bill. But he called me like the next day and he goes, bro, have you tried this stuff? So my brother's like completely cured of everything from his rheumatiz to his gout. Every single thing that my brother has ever experienced bad with his health is now gone because of CBD oil. And he only takes like one drop in the morning and one in the evening. And he keeps calling me and saying, this is a miracle drug. And same thing with my mom. It's really affected her. It just didn't do anything for me yet. But we'll see as I start weeding things out. Okay, I found my liver with a pinch of black pepper and a good fat oil like coconut oil. Okay, well, that's all in my diet too. There's a lot of things that I put in my diet thanks to another subscriber. Like I don't just use vegetable oil with anything. I make salads every day. I use olive oil. When I cook, it's always with lard or with coconut oil. So I'm kind of getting all of that. Spoonful of apple cider vinegar. Let me tell you what I do with apple cider vinegar. And I don't have the apple cider vinegar with the mother. I have the cheap apple cider, 100% apple cider vinegar with no mother. But I take a shot glass full every night before I go brush my teeth. And then when I'm right about to get into bed, I take another shot glass full. That's a lot of apple cider vinegar. We go through a bunch of it. I mean, I am planning on getting a gallon with the mother in it just to see if that makes a significant difference. But right now I've been doing that for like 3 years now. Okay. I've heard about that B12. Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Here's a big announcement. And Rick Ballard has reminded me of it. Henry, I got my son to get me a camera for the computer. I'm going to try figuring out Skype and try calling you this week during the day when the grandkids aren't using your computer. I made the announcement before that my name on Skype is Henry Thoreau, Henry. Thoreau, not spelled like the real Thoreau, Thour. Yeah, Thoureau. Henry Thoreau. That's my name on Skype, and I'm pretty sure there's a picture of me, so you won't get me confused with any other Henry Thoreaus. But I'm open to it. You send me an invitation, but if you send an invitation, explain to me in the invitation that you are a subscriber. That would be the first thing I need to know. And what your YouTube name is. Everybody's Skype name is different from their YouTube name. And people will send me these invitations, and I don't know if it's some kind of a, spam or something, and I'll just delete them. So you need to tell me I'm a subscriber of your YouTube channel, and my name on YouTube is so-and-so. But there's another thing that one of my subscribers, well, several of my subscribers told me about. One of my subscribers named Discord, who's right here, said that there's a program called Discord. And so far, me and Alo Toledo have tried it out. Seems to work pretty good. And the thing about Discord is it allows a whole bunch of people on at the same time. Apparently, there are other benefits to it that make it better than Skype. But for right now, if you've got my Skype address, I'm comfortable with that. We'll get together, and Rick, I will talk to you. I'll talk to anybody out there that wants, because I can't do anything else. I can't write, so I can't work on my yard. I can't clean my house. So I can get on here and do Skype. Sublingual, yes, that would be the B that I take under my tongue. All right, do you take berberine? Oh my goodness, somebody has come up with a new word that I don't know. So I'm going to copy this, and we'll try to remember to paste it into Google and find out what that is later. But that's true about chickens. This is Angela has said that she knows that you can put a light bulb on a chicken house and get eggs in the winter. All right, Simple Sister Living. Everyone needs more sunlight without sunglasses or sunscreen. You know, it's kind of weird here. Is that I live in the deep south. We have more sun than anybody else. And so most people that live around me don't get this seasonal associate, or whatever the name is, affective disorder, seasonal affective disorder, because there's so much sun. But I've noticed, like in the last month, I haven't seen the sun. I mean, it's bright outside, but when I can go outside and look up in the sky right where the sun is, I can't tell it's there. There's so much, it's like a foggy mist, real hazy. Not any formed clouds. You don't look up and see white fluffy clouds. It's just like it's all fuzzy, so you can't see the sun from the earth. Oh, here's somebody else like me. What's berberine? Everyone needs more sun. Okay, I've heard diabetics say it's lowered their A1C. My A1C is this close to normal. Now, all week, my blood sugar has been above 200, like 250, 260 all week. Now, I don't know if it's that all day, but at least once a day, I'll check and it'd be way up there. My A1C is still almost normal, which is bizarre to me. All right. What a cool mom. Coconut oil, honey every day. Angela, yep. Hi, Henry. Shanona 1. Hi, Henry. Is there anything we can do special for you? Tell Jesus to hurry up in prayer, but be respectful about it. Maybe request Jesus to hurry up. Wow. Okay. Okay, I can get cheap vinegar and add the good vinegar, and it will make all good vinegar. That's a very good thing to know. Chemtrails. Chems are fading sunlight. Okay. Yeah, okay. Chemtrails. I know that I have no sunlight. I'm not going to blame the government for it. Doesn't mean the government isn't doing it. It's just that I don't make accusations that I cannot prove. And don't tell me about all the proof. For me to prove something, I have to see it. In other words, I have to get a job at the airport and they give me a bucket that says XXX poison on it and say, put that in that airplane. That way, then I would know. Oh, so it's real. But having a bunch of conspiracy theorists telling me something is like having a bunch of government officials tell me something. I don't take the word of anybody who's already made up their mind one way or the other. And that's a good policy, so don't scold me for it. Found in several plants, including European barberry, golden seal, gold thread, Oregon grape. I don't know of any of those around here. Tree turmeric. So, okay, berberine may be part of turmeric. Henry, chemtrails. Man, another one. Chemtrails. Everybody wants to get me on a chemtrail thing. I won't make any videos about chemtrails. But I will say this. If you have an engine that you put fuel in and you run it until there is no fuel in it, where is that fuel? I don't care. I don't care if the fuel is specifically designed to destroy all life on the planet. Fuel by its very nature will eventually destroy all life on the planet, whether it's the act of stripping the fuel out of our earth or the act of putting the fuel into our air. It's bad. Man, I've been on this thing for an hour. And look here. Uh-oh, somebody's already Discorded me. Let's see here. Somebody figured out Discord. I got a friend request. Let's see. I'll have to come back and look at this later because I don't understand it. But I got a little beep. Makes me think that the user. Oh, hey, yeah, Alex Lito's helping me out. We'll have to get with him after this stream. I don't know. He just sent me a message saying something about somebody wanting to get on Discord. But that's I think, you know what? I'm going to, for anybody that wants to attempt Discord, I'm going to tell you what my ID on Discord is. My ID on Discord is Henry Thoreau, same thing, Henry Thoureau. And you'll need this number 5112. So you can't just go Henry Thoreau. They're going to ask you what my code is. My code is 5112. Henry Thoreau 5112. With Skype, it's just Henry Thoreau. And either one will work. And in fact, it's difficult for me to figure out Discord. Every time I use it, it's a struggle. All right. You want me to be on Discord? Oh, there you go. Discord is the guy. Okay. So Ala Toledo somehow has seen you. Add a number. Add your number. I will try to get in touch with you soon. Probably not tonight because my voice is about to go out. Okay. Hiding other planetary bodies, in my opinion. Okay. Me either. I've been looking for real sunlight. I'm in Louisiana and I'm used to it, but I haven't been able to find it. Yeah, I'm in Mississippi. It's right next to Louisiana. I don't know why our sky is so dingy now. It's not really, it's just, I don't know, maybe, look, I don't want to get that going. Okay. Sun was orange, now it's white. Were you peaceful? I don't know who that's talking to. Maybe me. I'm looking forward to the return of our Savior too. In diabetics, red blood cells don't live as long, so A1C is not reliable. Hey man, I'm proud of my A1C. Don't try to ruin it for me. Don't pop my bubble. I wouldn't set foot here even if I was a savior. Just my opinion. All right. Yeah, and here's Ala Toledo's letting people know. It's Henry Thoreau, 5112. People used to live 900 years. Now we got lucky to be 75. We are devolving somehow, one way or another. I don't know if everybody got to live 900 years, but the pure bloods, you know, the Adams and Eves and their biological genetic clone babies lived that long. And that is the case. If you look, all of the people that are mentioned by name as part of that line were clones. They're Adam and Eve's offspring. They were not the offspring of any of the other sons of God. So even though Adam probably had a lot of kids by other daughters of man, or women built of men, Adam and Eve themselves had children between them. And those children are the ones that they follow, the purebloods. And they apparently all lived really ridiculously long amounts of times. The Bible doesn't give us the lifespans of the others. Meds into us. Could be another way to enter meds into us for all people used to live here. Thanks, Ala Toledo. Ala Toledo says, hey. I sent you a friend request on there. My name is Medley8886. Okay, please look. Okay, anybody that wants to leave me information, the only way that I can see this is to go back and watch the whole thing over again. I don't want to do that. When this live stream is over, give it about 5 minutes, come back to the video after it posts as a video, not a live stream, and leave a comment down in the comment section. This, what we're doing right now, is very difficult for me to go back and look at. After tonight, I'll never see that again. But once this video is up and it's permanently up, go leave your name and all in the comments, or send me an email if you don't want everybody to see it. And my email address is hdthoreau, Thoureau, H as in Henry, D as in David, Thoreau, hdthoreau @gmail.com. All right. Just depressing. Yeah, it's depressing to talk about depression. I saw that. Okay, no sun is hidden. Did you see where China made replacement sun for real? Yes, but it's what we got. Makes me question ABT real sun. Me too. You're right. It looks white now. Not trying to burst your bubble, lol, but I just learned something new, and mine was almost perfect too last time, but that wasn't always true. So Michael Howard's struggling with his diabetes as well. He and I talk together on Skype sometime. Books always exaggerate. Whisper down lane 2. Sent you, okay, Discord 42. Sent you a friend request on Discord. Thanks, Ala Toledo. Peaceful Dusk, you got it. Well, guess what? I actually made it all the way to the bottom of the chat. I read all of the chats, maybe not out loud. I may have missed a few because it's scrolling by pretty fast. But it's been, let's see here. Oh, some more stuff coming in. Justice Bieber. My little daughter loves to eat fruit off the trees I planted years ago, inspired by you. Thanks. I'm getting tons of fruit off of trees right now because it's like, you know, we just went through Christmas. That used to be a standard thing, is you pick fruit and gave it to people at Christmas, at least down here on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. And so every citrus tree for miles around is loaded with fruit, and everybody knows that I'll eat the fruit, even though they won't. And so I go pick fruit. Every time somebody calls me and says, "Do you want some oranges?" I run. And I don't go there with a paper sack. I'll bring a, you know, every wash tub I got, I'll put in the car and I'll fill them up. And, you know, I end up throwing a lot of it away because I just, you will die if you eat that much citrus. All right. The whole lighting looks weird anymore. Uh-oh. Let's see, who's this here? Somebody. Oh, hello, Mr. Discord. So you did, I'll accept you in a little while. Well, I accept you now, but not on Skype. Take care. SNC, bless you. We'll bless you back. Marie, love you. And the Lord, I trust. Susie, to anyone, love you too. And Angela Nato, thanks, and love you too. Love you guys. So that's the first time somebody actually beat me to an I love you. That's Angela. I had eggplant. I got to go make sides for dinner. The whole lighting looks weird. Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm stopping it right now. We're at an hour, I'm sure, past an hour. An hour and 4 minutes. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the live stream. And this may end up being just all I do for a while because I cannot think. I actually did. I had a completed script for the Nephilim, or for the Melchizedek series, and it's called Identifying the Nephilim. A very good video, but I sent it off to BMX Island, and he proofread it for me. And I don't know how he does that, but he does. And he sent it back to me, and I guess it's set in my folder for about 3 months now. And I picked it out the other day, and I read through it. And I changed a few things, sent it back to BMX Island. He proofread it again, So it's ready to go. It's just me getting the energy to carry all that junk out into the woods and setting up and reading the script and then editing the video. So it's a good possibility that if I get any energy, I'll get out there and shoot part 4 of the Melchizedek series. But if not, then you just expect that all you're going to get is this kind of stuff every week until I get to feeling better. Oh, okay, what's going on here? I'm so happy I didn't miss this. That's from Patricia and Rick saying thanks. Discord saying take care. That's a good place to go out. So as always, love every one of y'all. And if you don't want to survive, don't listen to me.